So I want you to listen to this because Candace tells on herself in this clip.
I'm going to miss Charlie. I really am going to miss Charlie. And I think when Charlie was assassinated, there was something about it. I knew that this story was going to be dark. Instantly, I knew that Charlie was betrayed. They laughed at me. Oh, you had a dream. Charlie told you he was, yeah, Charlie told me that he was betrayed. And I think part of the mourning was the grief that I was experiencing was in large part due to my understanding that this was going to be missional for me. I think I knew deep down that this was going to be missional. And I kind of knew deep down that the whole world was going to be against me, or I guess the whole dark apparatus was going to be against me, not the world. There are so many good people in the world that are the reason that I'm doing this and who understood instantly and felt instantly what I felt when this all happened. And I think it's sad because I was just reflecting on, I guess, really the last part of my youth.
So what do I mean that she tells on herself? Well, she says that she knew, emphasis on knew, instantly, emphasis on instantly, that this was going to be a dark story. Well, obviously, when someone's publicly executed, it's a dark story. No matter who did it, no matter how the conclusion ends up, it's a dark story. But she goes further and she says she knew instantly that Charlie was betrayed. She knew instantly. Upon hearing about Charlie's death, upon seeing the video that we all saw that day, she knew instantly that Charlie was betrayed. And more than that, she knew that this was going to be missional for her, that the entire world was going to be against her. Now, there's no way that you know those things instantly. There's no way that you know those things instantly. And as I've said before, as many of us have said before, Candace is working backwards from a conclusion. The conclusion is foregone, and it has been for some time, and she just admitted that here. The conclusion leads back somehow, we don't know yet, but we're getting close to Israel and to the deep state. And Candace can't really tell you how it is that this motley cast of characters, Israel, Egyptian military, France, our government, Jewish donors, TPUSA, how or why they all got together to murder Charlie Kirk, but she knows that they did. She's working backwards from the conclusion and trying desperately and failing to fill in the gaps to make that conclusion come true, because she's known it from the beginning. And that is not investigation. That is not journalism. That is not a pure pursuit of the truth. That is not following the truth wherever it leads you, even if you don't like where it leads you. There is evidence that the accused did this. I think there's more evidence that we haven't even seen, and we'll hopefully see it in trial with the cameras, all of that. But there's evidence that the accused did this. Do y'all remember that there were those stories about leaked Discord chats that suggested that people in groups around the accused, in like trans furry groups, knew maybe that something big was going to happen on 9/10? And listen, I don't know what even happened with that story because I'm not an investigative journalist, nor do I play one on the internet. But Candace has never even really followed that plot, has never really investigated, could it have been the accused? What is the evidence against him? And does it stand up to muster? She's never done that. She's just decided to pick and choose pieces of evidence that fit her own narrative. And she decided a long time ago that the accused didn't do it, and that this was going to be some missional thing where she had to stand up to the world and be both the authority and the victim and the oppressed and the hero all at once. And another thing that you need to notice is that immediately for her, by her own words, this wasn't about Charlie Kirk or what happened to him. This was about the mission that she had here on earth. This was about her. This was about her standing up for what's right and going against the entire world. That is not a normal reaction that someone has upon learning of the public execution of their best friend. And listen, sometimes following Christ, you're not going to look normal to the world, but that's not even a healthy reaction. That's not even a spiritually sound reaction to hearing that your best friend was murdered. And this is her telling on herself that this was foregone from the beginning, and she's working backwards and filling in the blanks.